Right! Megazord sequence has been initiated. Megazord activated.
What's up everyone, Tony here and welcome to another episode of Super Saiyan Review Super Saiyan. Today we're taking a look at episode 120 of Dragon Ball Super, titled A Perfect Survival Strategy, Universe 3's Menacing Assassins. In the midst of all this big jump festa news about new movies and new video game footage, we haven't forgotten about Dragon Ball Super, have we? The Tournament of Power is rapidly approaching its conclusion, with only 3 universes left standing, so let's not waste any more time and get right into that episode recap. After erasing Universe 4, Gohan evaluates the battlefield, noting that 6 members of Universe 7 remain, alongside the final 3 members of Universe 11. Goku notes that it looks like the finale of this tournament will end up being him facing off with Jiren once again. But wait guys, Universe 3 is still alive and kicking. Come on Goku, how could you forget about the nameless robots from Universe 3? You know, the universe that has 0 eliminations in the tournament up until now. Anyways, the 5 of them gather on the battlefield. You have Paparoni, who comes off as the leader of the bunch, Koizukai, which is the white robot with 1 big green eye, Panchia, the green robot with 2 yellow eyes, Bolorator, the one that's green and yellow with big red eyes, and finally Viara, who is more humanoid in appearance and has navy blue and mahogany. They decide they're going to go after Universe 7 since they have the most active fighters. Of course, we start with some android on robot action with 17 and 18 taking on Viara. Meanwhile, Vegeta takes on Koizukai and Bolorator, who attacks like a character from ARMS on Nintendo Switch. Whis and Beerus act like they're concerned, but come on, everyone knows these jabronis are going to be easily disposed of. Who are they fooling here? Come on. Goku is even able to hold off Panchia in his weakened state. So at this point, the robots decide to work together and attempt to take out Vegeta and Goku at the same time. But Gohan jumps in and fends them off. It seems he wants to hold these robots off himself to give Goku and Vegeta some time to recover, since they'll be needed to take on Jiren soon. Now it's time for Gohan to shine. He takes on 3 robots at once. Generally, it seems like Gohan is actually in control when taking them all on, but Gohan's attacks don't really seem to have much of an impact on the robots, even though they're sent flying. Meanwhile, 17 and 18 are still taking on Viara. They start spamming fireballs at the poor robot, and he can only block for so long before getting taken down by chip damage. 18 kicks Viara off stage, and he is eliminated. Universe 7 are unbeatable demons. Universe 7 even has better robots than the actual robot universe. Pepperoni proclaims that it is time for Plan X to go into effect now. That's right. The 3 robots will now fuse to become one super robot. What follows is a scene that comes straight out of Power Rangers, as the 3 robots modify their bodies and combine to create Koichiarator? Do I have that right? Yeah, I'm not saying that, sorry. We cut to our favorite Tournament of Power spectators, Universe 11 and Frieza. It's been like 8 episodes since any of these characters have done anything at all, but it's nice to see that they're still alive and standing. Gohan attacks the Megazord, but his ki blasts have no effect. So then he decides to fight hand to hand. Just as Gohan is able to create some space between himself and the Megazord, Goku and Vegeta jump in and attack. They send it flying, and now it's an even 3-on-3 as Gohan powers up and Goku and Vegeta go blue. We get this really cool scene of all three of the Universe 7 Saiyans just going off, basically. Goku and Vegeta shoot Ki Blast side by side. Meanwhile, Gohan pops up with a charged Kamehameha and shoots it at the Megazord. It's a stalemate for a little while, but Gohan eventually gets the advantage. It seems like the Megazord and Pepperoni are sent flying and eliminated as a result of the blast, but no, they're actually just damaged, but still alive in the tournament. It looks like he's down and out, but Dr. Pepperoni does the evil bad guy laugh, so it seems like he's not done quite yet. He has one final evil technique up his sleeve. Oh my god, is that the narrator talking? The Universe 3 fighters survived the episode. I'm actually shocked. The episode comes to an end here with 10 minutes remaining in the Tournament of Power. In the next episode preview, we see the 4 remaining Universe 3 fighters combine into Hatchiak from Plan to Eradicate the Saiyans? What even is this next episode? It looks crazy. Also, on the broadcast version of this episode, we saw a quick little teaser at the end, letting the Japanese TV audience know that yes, there is a new Dragon Ball movie announced, and it will be releasing in December of 2018. Alright, with the recap out of the way, let's get into some overall impressions on this episode. So overall, I was pretty surprised at how much I actually liked 120 here. Coming off 119, which really felt like a time filler episode, 120 had a pretty similar premise on paper. It's a universe of jabronis that have done nothing up until now in the Tournament of Power, and they're standing in the way of Universe 7. So I went in here with low expectations and was pleasantly surprised. This episode fixed a lot of the problems I had with 119. First of all, it was nice that you didn't just have each individual character from Universe 3 like eliminated one after another like total geeks in 5 seconds. And that was pretty much the treatment Universe 4 got last week. You can bet your ass that if Universe 3 went out in one episode like Universe 4 did last week, the tone of this review would be a lot different. Instead, I think they did a good job at making these guys seem, decently powerful. They lasted the entire episode, and it ended with the cliffhanger for next week where it looks like Dr. Pepperoni Pizza over here will fuse with the rest of the robots to form some crazy huge monster thing. I mean, it's not like Shakespeare, but at least it's something. Universe 3 is going to have 2 episodes of focus, maybe even 3 if Hatchiak over here doesn't get eliminated next week. Either way, I was happy with how Universe 3 was handled this week. The more powerful and intimidating the opponents come off for our main characters, the better it's going to make our main characters look, and I think that was definitely the case in this episode. Gohan came off as the star of this episode, and seeing him shine was really satisfying to watch. Something happened this episode that I've been wanting to happen for a while now. Gohan stepped in front of Goku and Vegeta and told them, hey, chill, I'll handle these guys myself. You guys need to rest for those Universe 11 guys. Like, it's so logical. It's such a simple way to give some of the other characters a spotlight instead of every week just being like the Goku show. I'm baffled that it took them this long to realize that this is the best way to write the Tournament of Power. But nonetheless, I was happy to see it at least happen here. Gohan kicked ass in this episode, and it was really fun to watch. The animation was a little bit inconsistent in this episode. I saw a couple of shots that were iffy and off model, but overall it looked really good, especially for some of those bigger moments. I felt like the action was really like kinetic and hot-blooded in this episode, which resulted in the show being just really satisfying to watch. Something simple on paper like 17 and 18 shooting a bunch of ki blasts just looked really cool in this episode because it was just animated really well. Now, I'm hesitant to score this episode too high because we're kinda grading on a curve here. For what is essentially time filler between now and the big showdown between Universe 7 and 11, which, by the way, was pretty much acknowledged straight up by the characters at the beginning of this episode. 120 was nonetheless an enjoyable episode to watch, even with those circumstances at play. It went by really quickly, was action-packed, and was carried by 17, 18, and Gohan. Plus, the robots from Universe 3 didn't come off like complete jabronis like the fighters from Universe 4 last episode. I don't see them surviving past next episode, but at least if the next episode preview is anything to go by, they're gonna go out with a bang and not a whimper. So I'll give this episode a 3 out of 5. And that's about all for today. But I want to hear from you guys. Did you like the way Universe 3 was handled this episode? And does this dude from next episode have the worst design ever? Or the best design ever? Let me know in the comments below, and my god, you need to hit that subscribe button because I am literally drowning in Dragon Ball news from this weekend's Jump Festa event in Japan. The only way I'm gonna get out of this predicament is by making new Dragon Ball videos. We've got a new movie coming in December of 2018. We've got new characters, trailers, and gameplay footage for Dragon Ball FighterZ. There is definitely no shortage of news and fun stuff for Dragon Ball fans. And of course, I'll be covering it all on my channel. So please hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, because I have so much in the works right now that my head is spinning. No, seriously, I'm getting over the flu and I'm kind of nauseous. So I'm gonna cut it here, but make sure you join me next week at this very same time for episode 121 of Dragon Ball Super, which is called All Out War, the ultimate 4-way combination versus Universe 7's Total Offensive. Thanks again for watching, everyone, and take care.